Yes, Risha. Let's start discussion on very important topic. And if you are working as a business analyst or the quant analyst or the analyst for one of the AI projects, so that work, this project is work for, to gather the requirement related to the AI, how your, the future business will look like after implementing the AI related requirements, or if you want to learn something functionally or technically about the AI ML technique. So this video is very helpful for you guys. So let's start discussion on very important topic, that is a future proofing your business requirement for AI. So how the business requirement you should have and what thing it should contain for your the business requirement with the AI solution. So in this video we will discuss on the strategic guideline to building a resilient and AI ready enterprises, so that the enterprises which will work on the AI, and we know it is now happening, it is not in the futures. Most of the banks or top institution are already adopting and start working with the AI. The hospital industry or the healthcare industry already start. So let's start discussion on this key important topic. So let's first we will discuss on the AI imperative. So we think AI isn't coming, so it's not coming, it's is here and it's now happening, and now everyone using the AI, and you need to make your business is ready for the AI and it should have the AI. So what are the AI related the things that AI is no longer luxury, it is a necessary and it is an key and important requirement that should have in your application, because it will help you to take a decision quick and fast, and it will work on the basis of future how your business will look like. So it is a realization industry and creating a new business models or new business areas, or it creating the new business fields and reshaping the competitive landscape and it will help us to take a better decisions. The problems with that, the many businesses rush into the AI projects without a clear strategy, leading to costly failure and ethical blunders and system that don't deliver real values. Obviously, if you don't collect proper business requirements, so that's why I make these videos. You should have the proper business requirement for the AI after implementing the AI in your system. So how the your business future will look like, how the process flow will look like, how the user will interact, what are the current business problem, what are the gaps we are going to solve by using the by adopting the AI system. So that level of business requirement we have, and that give us the solution. So from then we will discuss on the solution. So we must shift our focus from simply adaptive AI to future proofing or business requirements, and this means building a foundation that can adapt to rapid technological changes, and that will increase your business decision or a human interaction, and you will able to automated processes in your businesses, and that will with high accuracy and high optimization techniques. So you adopt the AIML techniques like supervised learning, unsupervised learning, semi-supervised learning, deep learning, enforcement learning. So your system or your business will increase. So let's discuss on the also most important slide, that is the traditional and the future proofing approach. So when we are creating the business requirements or we are working on the business requirement, so we will most focusing on the traditional approach. So and that's the thing. So the AI will give us the idea, don't build for today, build for the tomorrow. So we will work for the tomorrow, don't for the today's. But if you are the currently you are the business analyst in any organization, or if you want to be a business analyst in you will be you if you are preparing for the business analyst, so you can go and think like there is a traditional approach in their organization. So their focus, I already a business analyst, so focus on immediate and short term gains, and that train AI has a separate project or add-ons. So they will create the separate project that's not in their the current project or the current production environment, and they create it as a separate projects, but it's not that thing in the really. And rigid and waterfall style to the development of software development, so they most of the organization not adopt the agile methodology. Data is an a fraud, and the minimum focus on ethics and scalability. They don't focus on the ethics and increase the scalability and volume of scalability. But the future proof approach after the business requirement for the AI. So align AI with long-term strategic goal, how the system should work for next 6 months, next 6 year, next year. So that level of thinking we are have after implementing the AI, integrating AI into core business processes, and make sure the manual working in the processes, how the core business will work. And then adopt the agile and iterative development of the project, so that will give us the minimum viable product functionality, and we will be able to deliver the product with the features which required by the business, with adding the business, and we will continuously enhance the product, so the end user will get satisfied with that projects. And prioritize and reverse data strategy for one day from from day one. So we will prioritize and reduce the data strategy from day one. It will start and embed ethics, security, scalable to every decisions, and that will increase the the project things. So let's move on the. We will discuss on the four pillar. So that will the business requirement for AI, how that will work. So first pillar is a strategic alignment and the business objective. Second pillar is the data mandate. So what are the mandate for the data? And third pillar is a talent and the culture. It is an also most important thing, guys, for the AI. And then ethical framework and the governance. So these four pillars we are discussing one by one. So let's first discuss on the foundational pillar, that is the strategic alignment and the business objective. So guys, here AI is a tool, or AI is a technique, or AI is a method, is not a strategy. It is an the tool. What the problem are you solving? What are the business problem? What are the goal you are trying to achieve? What are the in scope functionality you are considering? What are the risks you are eliminating? So that thing you should consider from this AI tool, and it will define a clear and measurable goal. It will help you to define your goal, that will measurable, that will achievable goals. And you don't just say we want to use AI. You should build, you should implement, you should adopt the AI instead of identify specific high impact problem for the examples of improvement the customer service response time by 30%. So we reduce the queues of the customers and increase the better experience of customer, reduce the supply chain forecasting error by 15%, and automate the 50% of manual data entry in the finance. So that are the tasks we, by using the AI, we are going to achieve, or we are you the more enhancement in the system. And then reimagine your processes. If you have some processes, if your certain systems will look like in certain process, so you need to draw the process flow diagram with using the draw.io, InVision, Figma tools, using such tools, and to draw the processes, hatches processes, and the 2D 2B process, and imagine that way how the L1 level user will interact, how the L2 level user will interact, and how what are the functionality they are doing with the systems, and how their journey will work with implementing the AI, and where and what are the roles of the AI. So instead of just automating and executing the workflow, which I already told you, think about how AI can fundamentally redesign it for greater efficiency and value, and how we are able to increase value in that product or in that service, so that will get the more better experience for the user. So think on the processes of the business to add the AI in your mind, and then start small and think big. So let's discuss, always start with the small and the think big, how it will look like. So begin with the pilot projects to test the feasibility and the value of AI is controlled environment, and before the scaling, before going to the production deployment. So deploy your code in the UAT environment or a site environment. test the functionality, test the 360-degree view of functionality, and then go for the production environment. And let's discuss on the data is mandate, guys. Data is a AI techniques are the data monster. They require huge amount of data. So AI is only a good as the data is trained on it. So what are the data you feed for the AI to train it? So AI take a decision on the basis of data. So data is an most and key important thing. So the data readiness is a key. Obviously, before you write a single line of code, you need to ensure your data is a clean, accessible, and well governed. It should have to understandable data. It should produce the accuracy in the result. So you should think, you should analyze data and then start to work on the data and conduct a data audit. It's an obviously important thing. So continuously you need to conduct the data audit, data analysis, reverse engineering. So that thing is important for the data analysis and identify what data you have, what data you are going to feed, how you are going to do test, train, test, split things for your the AI models where it live, and it is a quality, high quality of data, high accuracy of data, and it clean up the inconsistency, and it will fill in gaps and create the centralized data architecture that will solve the problem, and that will, the data monsters. That's the you conduct the audit for data to perform the ETL, extract, transformation of load of the data, and establish the data governance framework. So in that thing you define a clear policies for data collection. So how you will get the data collection, so how the data you will get the feed, what are the fields in that data, and what are the lanes that you should use, and where that data you should use, and from data which technique you use, a principal component analysis or the the unsupervised learning techniques to train the model, to test the model, and to validate the models and data storage and using, ensure the data privacy, security, and compliance with the regulatory like GDPR. So that thing you should have, and that will satisfy the data, and data itself can produce the actual results and build for the scalability. So design data pipeline and the infrastructure for data lakes and data warehouses, and that can handle the massive volume of data needed for future AI applications. So that level of data you have to predict the accuracy in the AI system. So let's move on the next things, that is the talent and culture. So it is also the most a very important thing, guys. So your people are your most valuable asset in the age of AI. Obviously, peoples who are working with AI, who knows the AI techniques, who know the functionally and the technically AI very well. So these people are the most valuable assets for the company. So upskill and reskill your workforce. So learn new things for your workforce, to invest, to adopt the AI technology. So AI will change job roles, not eliminate them. So your key roles and responsibilities after implementing the AI techniques will change, and you should be adopt these things and invest in training employees and digital fluency, data analysis, and how to work align with AI tools, to give them the AI technologies, AI knowledge, to upgrade skill sets of your employees. And culture, human centric skills. So AI excel at repetitive tasks, but it lacks the empathy, creativity. It will strategic thinking, it will give us the thinking ability and foster these unique human skills which will become even more valuable. So woman should have, you should have the spatial group where the employee will think on the empathies, creativity, and the strategic thinking, how we are implementing or how we are leveraging the AI tools or techniques to manage the business processes with AI techniques and solve the business problems. And the prompt, the culture of experimentation. So encourage the employee to test new AI tools and provide the feedbacks for their for the further investment or the further improvement in the systems, and create a safe to fall environment where learning is continuous and continuous increasing. And we should have that separate model where we teach the employee for the how the AI will leverage their work, and how we are going to adopt AI ML techniques in their businesses, and they can learn the AI ML and adopt these techniques and increase the efficiency in their work culture, and reduce the manual hours and bridge the gap. So there is a gap between the knowledge that AI need to get the understand, and that should be able to understand. So that will bridge the gap and help them to understand this thing. And embedded technical experts, data scientists, AI engineers, AI analysts, quant analysts, business analysts within the business team to ensure the deep understanding of both the technology and the business need. And they should have the 360-degree view of how the technology will work and how the business will work, and how we can merge or how we can fill the bridge or the gap between the business and technological needs. So that is the third and most important talent culture. So let's move on the next and the last, that is the ethical framework governance. So after implementing the AI, so the responsible of AI is and the option. So it should be there. If we think it is an option, but it's not an option right now. It is a non-negotiable requirement that should be have in your system if you want to combat the fight with the new the new things in the new technologies in the market. So mitigate the bias, be proactive in identify and addressing the algorithm bias, and ensure your training data is representative and the model are regularly audited and for the fairness. So that thing should have, and it should be a mitigated, and the bias that should have, ensure the transparency and the explainability. So your AI product should be transferable and explainable. You should able to explain if there is a the something happens. So you should be able to why that AI will generate, why that AI will do manually. So that should be explainable and the transparent. There is no subjectivity, and it is user need to understand how AI system are making the decisions, how they are taking the decisions, what are the things they are taking, what are the challenges they have while taking the decision, and that develop the system that can provide a clear explainable result, and basically especially high stakes and applications that should there, and that will increase the decision making ability for the AI. So let's discuss on the next slide, that is they address the security and privacy. Guys, if we are adding this AI, so you need to increase the security things and the privacy things, so where data will not stolen or not will be misuse this data. So AI system can create a new security vulnerability and implement the review security protocol and access control to protect the data or to protect the model or increase the AI efficiency. So you should enhance the security techniques or the privacy techniques, or adopt the AI ML techniques in the security and the privacy. So your system should not be misused. So that is the importance. And they create an AI governs the board. So you should have the AI governs board. They will work on that, and they establish the cross functional team to oversee all the AI initiative, ensuring they align with company value, legal requirement, and ethical principle. So you should have the board of teams, so that will work on these things to establish the cross-functional team and work on the AI, and that should be understand. So that's you can your business requirement for AI, that the structure will look like, and that four things should there have. So let's move on the next slide. The future, the roadmap to future proofing. So how the roadmap? Let's discuss on the roadmap while implementing the business requirements for the AI and adopting the phases approach to building the resilience for AI foundation. So how it will look like. So let's phase one is assessment, phase two is a scale and integration, and phase two is a pilot, and then continuous improvement. So in assessment phase, you identify the business challenges and business goals or the business objective, then find the opportunities for AI in that, what the AI techniques we will implement, how that will resolve the problem. So you should what are the AI opportunities for that, and conduct a data readiness audit. So it is that the data ready, how the data we will feel, how to train, test, please the data, and educate the leadership and on AI capabilities and the limitations, what the limitation in that project. So yeah, so that the things we will do in the assessment, you will do in the assessment and analyze these things. And then it will take 1 to 4 months, so that things, and then you will scale and the integrate. So that will take the 6 plus months for scale and integrity. So you will establish a centralized AI platform and governs the model. So you will work on the create the centralized AI platform, how the model will work. And you should adopt the requirement, business requirement, to satisfy that the AI models. Begin integrating successful pilot project into core workflows, how the workflows will look like, and launch the continuous upskill and training program for your employee. And you will help them to learn that new scale and integrity things that we are going to implement in the AI for the business requirement. So that thing is there. And then the pilot, so you should select the high impact and low risk pilot, so that the or the low cost, so that the things which have the high impact and heavy impact on your business volume or growth, it is the most important part for the success of your business. It will require the low cost, so search select the such kind of the projects and build an agile and cost functional team, iterative, and learn from the results and continuous improvement, and adopt this thing continuously. And this life cycle will goes continuous and continuous, and that's why you use the agile methodology to create the software or the AI tools or the techniques for your business improvement. And the continuous and improvements should be there. Regularly monitor AI system to validate the AI system, so validation is there. And then the performance checking, how the performance or track the performance, to do the performance analysis and update the model and strategic as a new technology and image if new techniques will come into the models. So update your model and add new features or functionality to do the back testing, scenario analysis, model validation. And then gather the ongoing feedback from the employee and the customer and continuously improve your system accordingly. So that thing should have in your system. So let's move on the last slide, that is the conclusion. So the future belonging to business that are not just AI enabled, but the fundamentally AI ready. So your just your system should be fundamentally ready for the AI, and that should be have new technology or the new techniques that can AI can work and the traditional system can work. So that will be there. And then so let's by aligning the AI with your business strategy, prioritization, and reviews the data foundation, investing in your peoples and building an ethical framework, you can move beyond the reactive stand. It will increase your the business systems, and you will create the resilience organizations to can harness AI full potential to innovate and growth and lead and your changing world. And you can able to understand the adopt the AI rules, or you can increase your businesses with the AI techniques will take the reference from AI. So that's the benefits. So that's things the end of the slides. If you like my efforts and my contents, please like and subscribe my channel, so that's motivate me to create more such videos for you guys. So once again, thank you so much for attending this video. Thanks.